The main thing is that this is affordable. Can we afford to do this? Is it expensive?
No. It's not at all.
Is it sustainable?
Yes.
Can you do it long term? That's
Yes,
like we had a bad. We ain't doing it no more. We had a bad year.
Well,
I'm stopping.
We have had many setbacks, but I would say if anyone wants to begin, my first step would be in the fall planting garlic in the soil that you want to use. If you want to go on a larger scale, I would suggest pick up a greenhouse for $150 probably during that time, and you put your greenhouse up, and by January you start planting your seedlings, and you'll be in full swing.
The main thing is that, what do I get to? I'm gonna start with garlic in the fall because it's gonna be cold before I know it. And do I get garlic from the store and just throw it in the ground, or what is this, garlic seeds? I'm ignorant about this. What do you do? Well, where you get garlic? You get garlic seeds from the store, or you just throw some garlic down on the ground?
We have a couple of seed resources.
Okay.
We do it. Well, at this point, Julie and I are developing what they term a seed bank. So we have thousands and thousands of seeds that we kind of collectively share among the collective, if I can say that twice.
Right.
And so what happens is we began with the resource of heirloom seeds, the seed catalog that we use. What is another one?
No, I'm gonna edit that out. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna edit that. We can't advertise, but the main thing, you can advertise.
Seed catalog. We use the
yeah.
seed catalogs, and you can look that online, and they're really easy to come across, and they're really educational because you can read about the history and the origin.
But people like me ain't gonna do all that. All I'm gonna do is go to the local hardware store or the local big box store and get some seeds, turn over the dirt, and throw it down, and hope it grows. I mean, but you start on that level, right?
Yes.
If you're serious, people can contact you and you can help them really do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's the main thing.
I'm glad you mentioned about people not knowing much about what's happening here in Chicago. There's a healthy movement going on in Chicago, and if our people want to get involved on many different levels and many different disciplines within agriculture, there's a fairly well-established network of black people involved in every level.
No, I say that. Okay, that's cool enough. There's a helicopter over there that flew over. I had to stop the filming here. My main thing is that I'm over 50, and I shouldn't eat the junk anymore, which is not good. Eating 50-some years eating junk is not good. But even for your children, or whether they big kids or little kids, we gotta start eating stuff out the ground. Because most of the stuff I eat come out of box or some chemicals. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's not good. This is the way to eat, right?
Yes.
Real food.
Yes.
Real food.
But how do we get used to eating real food? Because I'm eating these chemicals for 50 years. I mean, it's tough to say. A beet. Kale? I tried kale before. It's like, we can eat greens, but kale, arugula, these other things we never heard of. You know what I'm saying? How do we encourage each other to start eating right? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Open your mind. My dad used to tell me when I was younger, if you do anything for 2 weeks, you can develop a new habit.
Oh, that's good.
That's the problem. 2 days, I'm ready to get off the bandwagon. You know what I'm saying?
I got a good suggestion. How I started is I buy my favorite salad dressing. Start with a good salad dressing, and I can eat all day. I start to develop other dishes like tabbouleh. I have a dish.
Never heard of tabbouleh.
Okay, it's a Mediterranean dish.
Yeah.
It's cracked wheat. I'll show you what. I take this basil here, and when the tomatoes come in, and I take mozzarella, and I take a good vinaigrette and olive oil, and I eat that all day. I feel like I've had a steak.
But we're told that the salad, these salads should be the biggest meal that we eat.
It is for me.
And for me, if I eat a salad, it's like 2 leaves and I'm tired of this.
Right.
But I'm saying, we're supposed to eat green stuff that come out the ground. So the bottom line, give us a closing comment, both of y'all, chime on in and encourage me, the viewers, the folks at home, folks with a big lot like this, folks with a little lot, to start this urban garden like right now.
Well, food is power. If we start to control what we eat, we start to take control of our lives in a political, in a social, in an economic way. You know, this is where the most basic level you can begin. with changing and making those steps in your life to take control, take some control. Because what we're eating, you know, it's scary. It's Frankenstein science out there now. You know, we come across all kinds of things. I've worked in the industry back when they were doing aspartame studies on mice and transgenic mice with livers like humans and all this kind of business. You know, now it's really out of control. So if you don't want to eat strawberries with turtles and all of that kind of thing, then you're going to have to just put a little small bucket by your door, fill it full of dirt, and put your strawberries in the fall, because they take a cycle to come through. So get your strawberries. Get ready to start sowing those in the house and letting them grow so that you have
Some of us should start small. If we want to start big, we call you. We don't want to start small, we call you. Julian, you got a closing comment?
Yeah.
Inspire us, man.
I would say two things. It's a serious thing, and it can also be a tremendously positive thing for you. It's serious because if you're eating the fake foods, within 3 generations, more than likely, your grandchildren will not be able to bear children. That's what the studies are showing. I'm concerned about my descendants. I want them to still be here, to be healthy, be active. I want to have a great quality of life myself.
You're not saying this frankenfood could be a plot for population control. Don't say that. I said it. You know what I'm saying? Because the frankenfood is it has to have deleterious effects eventually, because most of us, you know, we have grandparents and parents, and they get old, and they ate better than we did. But people like my generation, we know we ate junk from since the 60s.
Right.
We got to stop it.
Right. And we consider ourselves lucky.
Yeah.
I have to give, I lost my mother in December, and it was related to some of the issues with eating bad food. My mother grew up primarily eating real food like this. They grew up on the farm. They instilled that in us. We always had a garden in the backyard. This is something that we need to continue on and drop the shame of the label of being forced to do this at a certain time in our history. Before we did that, we were the first farmers on the planet. So let's think about ourselves in maybe that way and forget about the enslaved experience. Let's empower ourselves with this opportunity to feed ourselves and feed the aggregate of our people.
Oh, wonderful. You inspired me, so I got to start with the garlic and go from there, right?
That's right.
There you go, brother.
All right.